Hey there, how are you? We're gonna make a fun little sign tonight. Sorry I'm so late. I was not prepared. As per usual these days. Kind of sidetracked in so many different directions. I apologize for that, but I'm here now, so that's fine. Let me see if I can get myself together here. Here we go. Alrighty then. So, where's my video? Here we are. Welcome. How are you? Hi, Mom. Hey, Lisa. Hi, Shirley. Alright, so I have these cute little cutouts. This is a little, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a bird with a limb and some flowers. We're going to use the 5x12 box frame tonight and make a cute little springy welcome sign, okay? So hang out with me for a little while and we'll get this thing made up, okay? Hi Sandra, hey Karen, welcome. How are y'all? All right, y'all, I think maybe we've got spring here now. We had a really bad storm last night. Sandra, I hope you fared okay last night in the storm. It was pretty scary around here. Luckily that nothing bad happened, but there are people in Mississippi who had lots of damage. There were lots of lives that were affected pretty badly. So let's think about them tonight and be grateful that we're okay. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I was scared all night long. And I'm so close to moving out of my house that it's like I cannot afford for anything to go wrong, and it would be just my luck that a tornado would come blow my house down or something. Hopefully not, but it's pretty scary. Hi Deborah, how are you? Happy birthday, my friend. All right, so I'm just using this bright pink color for my little flowers. I'm going to use purple for my other flowers. These paints are a little bit runny tonight, but that's okay. We'll probably do a couple layers for the flowers. Maybe one more layer for the leaves. Hey Lori, how are ya? So this paint that I'm using right here is just cheapo apple barrel paint that I bought from Walmart. Nothing fancy, but I use all kinds of paint. So I like the chalk paints. They're very good and thick, and they cover really well. But I literally will use whatever. I meant to pull this out a minute ago. I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't. I'm also going to use some, hi Stephanie, some chalk paste too. So we're going to go, I'm going to try to keep myself organized here. All right. I'm going to use Lakeshore, this pretty blue, for my bird. I'm just dipping right into it, but I think I'm going to need to water it down a little bit. It looked like it was a pretty good consistency, but it might still be a little bit thick here. So what am I doing? Yeah, no problem. I'm just getting a little bit of paste right here in my lid, and I'm going to add a little bit of water to it and mix it up. Just a little bit of water. I don't want it to be too thin. It's already a pretty good consistency. Now, some of my pastes that are a little drier, I like this bark that I have here is pretty dry on the inside, so I'm pretty much exclusively using it to paint with now. So it just depends on the consistency, how much water you want to add to it, okay? Just use your best judgment whenever it comes to the water, and just add a little bit at a time, okay? And then you'll see. Now, some projects I like it to be a little runnier, and then others, you know, I want it to be better coverage. Like for this one, I did not pre-paint these, which I'm hoping was not a mistake on my part. But, sorry, I was trying to read a message and talk at the same time. Obviously, I can't do both. But, like, some things I like it to be kind of see-through, opaque. But just depending on what I'm doing, okay? So, you do you. You can absolutely buy the cheapo paint, y'all. I use Apple Barrel all the time, and it's like the cheapest paint that you can get. And it works great. So, you don't have to spend a lot of money on stuff, right? And plus, if you want to use chalk paste, totally a great idea to do that too. And then that way you don't have to have a million different kinds of paints. Yeah, I like this blue too. Lakeshore is one of my favorites. And I did screw up tonight and did not bring my cup out here, so that's cool. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I had my, so I'm reusing the back of the surface. And this one, remember we made this reusable and removable. So I could actually just switch out that rectangular simple shape on there, but we're going to use the other side of the box frame tonight, okay? All right, and then, let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Mom's going to be here, I don't know what the date is, but in 10 days to come help me with last minute stuff. I'm sure I'm going to still have a ton to do because I've not done a whole lot. I did go ahead and clean out my freezers, both of them. And because like we have like frozen meat for days, which I don't know what's wrong with me. I go to the grocery store and I feel like, oh, I'm going to do really good. I'm going to cook every night this week. And then I don't. So then this, like, food piles up and I'm a bad girl, okay? I'm not a great housewife. Poor Chris has to figure it out himself most nights. I mean, he's a big boy. He can handle it. For both of us, actually, is what ends up happening is we end up ordering food most nights. So I found some people on Facebook that were in need, so I thought that was cool. So they came and picked up all of the frozen food out of the freezers, both freezers, and then I've got my kitchen sorted out, and like everything on the counters right now. I'm going to be working on my shed at some point in the very near future to get all of my stuff going there so that I can literally just have them come in and pack. But the problem is to like take my inventory and stuff. But the issue there is that I have to separate out everything that I'm taking, right? So I have lives to do up until... I don't know when I'm going to stop doing my lives. Probably a couple days before the movers show up, I would assume. And so I have to wait on like my packing up the things that I'm going to take with me to the other house so that I can do lives, right? So that's kind of difficult to figure out exactly that timeline and when I can continue doing lives through. Y'all, I'm a mess, okay? I'm an absolute disaster over here, and I just painted this freaking bird's eye yellow because I wasn't paying attention, so I'm going to have to fix that. Let me put that over here so I can paint it black with the welcome. All right. And then I need to do his beak. And I started painting it blue because I wasn't paying attention because I was chattering. You know how I roll. All right, so yeah, everything is kind of crazy right now around here. Particularly me, in general, I'm just like, what am I doing here? Because I got to figure out everything that needs to be separated, and that is difficult to do. So, hi Diane, yes, my house sold. We have a move date. We're moving on the April 7th. So I will be I have to figure out what my cutoff day is for my cutouts, when I'll be able to cut stuff through, and when I'll have to stop doing that, because I'm going to actually put my Glowforge in the mail to myself. Because I don't want to put it on the moving truck. They're going to take my stuff and put it in storage for us. And so I've got to figure out when I need to put that in the mail, which I don't think it'll be a big deal. I'm going to have it'll be mailed to somewhere that's a house that is currently occupied by a friend of mine. So it doesn't really matter when it shows up down there. But I don't want to wait too long and then be stressed about packing it up, but I don't want to do it too early and not be able to take orders. So that's very, yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be able to do a live sale between now and then, to be honest with you. I have a million things going on right now, and I am stressed to the max. The maximum amount of stress that one could be under is me. And Chris is just like, it's fine. Everything will be great. I'm like, not if I don't do all the things that I need to do. That's the problem. He really doesn't have much to do at all. So he's just chilling. And that drives me nuts. I love him. Bless him. It does look like the Twitter bird. That's funny. I didn't mean to do that, but now that you say that, it's true. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. I totally didn't mean to do that, but it's a cute little bird, I guess, so that's fine. All right, and then, oh man, let me see if I can go in one more time with a little bit more of this Lakeshore Blue. I love using these little makeup sponges, but they are a little bit difficult once they get to the end to use, but they sure are handy. It makes it so easy. And I don't have to wash them. So that makes my life about a million times easier too. I hate washing brushes. It's really not something that I'm like jumping for joy for whenever I have to wash brushes. Okay, so I'm going to paint the welcome part just a plain black. And I'm using just black chalk paint. And also his eye is going to be black. All right. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, these little makeup sponges work great. And they're really inexpensive. I just buy them in a big bag on Amazon. And you can use one of them like 3 or 4 times. So that's pretty great. I just let them dry. That's it. And then I cut off the end that I've used and I keep using it. So it's pretty great. I love it. Yes, these colors are perfect for Easter and spring, y'all. We are here, I think. So we had that big storm last night. And it was kind of cold before the storm, and now it is very warm. So hopefully we're going to stay warm now. I'm hoping. Let's cross our fingers because I'm ready for some warmer weather. Although I'm about to be in Texas, so it's going to be hot. It's going to go right to boiling hot real fast. So I'm probably asking for the wrong thing. I probably need to be asking for it to stay cool for a little bit longer. But I'm just tired of it being cold, you know. Tired of having the heat on. That's really aggravating to have the heater on all the time. And I'm just ready, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and dry this really quick while I'm still stuck on the board. And then I'm going to pull all these pieces off, and we're going to use the Found Patterns from Nature. So there's 4 different patterns here. And I want to do, there's one that's kind of a wood texture that I think will look cool on that, on the limb itself, okay? And then We're going to use one of them for the background on the box frame, okay? Y'all, don't forget, we still have Transferpalooza going on my website through the end of the month. And if you are a club member and you go shop on my site, if you spend $100, you will get a free transfer tote and fuzzing cloth, okay? So that will come with your order, completely free. The color of the month did sell out, so if you didn't get it, I'm sorry about that. But it has gone bye-bye. So Academia is no longer available. But they announced what the color of the month, what the name is for next month's color. It is called Duchess. So I would love to guess what color that is. To me, that sounds like a purple. Like, hi Marie, how are ya? So I don't know what color it is. I have no idea. They won't tell us until the 1st. But I think it's fun to guess, right? Ugh, rain. Gross. Yeah, after it stopped raining last night about 1 a.m., it was actually a gorgeous day today. So I'm going to use just the tiniest bit of wax on this cutout before I put my transfer on it, okay? Because I don't want to tear up my paste. So I'm going to move all this stuff out of the way. Try to anyway. And I am going to fuzz, so I have my fuzzing cloth here. I'm going to fuzz just a little bit. I don't think I need to fuzz a ton. A foot of snow? Oh my gosh, Diane, stop it. Stop it right now. That is unacceptable. What is happening? Oh my goodness. No, thank you. You know, although we didn't get any snow this year, which is unusual since I've lived here, it's snowed every year. Let's see, what color am I going to use? I think what I want to do is copper. What do you think about that? So I'm just going to use, I have a little mini squeegee that I've cut in half. Okay, I'm going to use that because this is such a small surface. And this is the like wood print from the Found Patterns in Nature. Now, if you comment the word shop, you'll get the link to get all the stuff that I'm making tonight, okay, on sale with me, including the cutouts, the surface, and this transfer. But you can always go on my website, and all transfers are buy 3, get 1 free. So if there are some that you've been looking at, plus all the Easter stuff is still on sale for another few days. So I forget, I think that sale is going to end, I want to say on the 29th of March. So if you're looking at stuff right now, there's a huge sale on Easter, and then all of them are buy 3, get 1 free. Or buy 3, and then you get 1 for free. Oh, I'm so sorry, Diane. I cannot believe that you have snow right now. That's nuts to me. Okay, so check this out. That is the wood print, okay? And I think that the copper looks really good on that. I'm liking that a lot. And then, so I'm going to test something tonight. Okay, this is the box frame. Now, again, this is double-sided. We already used it for He Is Risen. But this is actually, on this side, it is it's removable. So I used a rectangular simple shape on that side with some Velcro dots so that it's hot in here. Hopefully the wind doesn't start blowing too hard on my camera, but I used a dot on there so I could just pop this off. Western Colorado, my goodness, Kathy. Well, I hope it stops soon. It warmed up today. I'm wearing shorts today. I wore shorts outside of the house today. Normally I wear shorts anyways inside, but then, you know, obviously I need pants outside. So this is some wax that I'm putting on the surface. So I've told y'all a couple times that I heard that if you use wax on the white side of these box frames, that it'll help you keep from having any kind of like leakage. It's not leakage. It's like Wisconsin. No wonder. My goodness. it's like from the grain of the wood, okay? Because this wood does have grain on it. So it's not really the transfer leaking, but it's just, it'll like seep through that grain, okay? And I want to try that and see if it actually works. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it like gets into the groove. So we're going to try this and see if it works. One of my friends told me to try wax because I was having issues. And I know some of my customers have had issues too with the white surfaces. So all of the surfaces that are white, it supposedly works on. I haven't tried it yet, so we're going to give it a go tonight. But again, just make sure that you use just a little bit of wax. You don't have to use a lot, okay? Whenever you're using wax. Because if you use too much, your paste is not going to stick, all right? And if you have an issue with your paste not sticking, I would either say that it's because your paste is too dry or that you use too much wax. So if your paste is too dry or if you use too much wax, either way, try and pull it up, clean your transfer, and set it back down, line it up, and try it again, okay? You can also sand it just a little bit too. That's a great suggestion. So I'm going to use Sage, and this is the leaf pattern from the Found Patterns from Nature. Mixing this up a little bit. It's like sitting on the lid because I keep all my paste jars lid up in my drawer over here so that I can see what color they are. And it's kind of too high in the lid. All right. Now around these edges, I'm going to try and be gentle and careful so that I don't get, because this transfer obviously doesn't sit perfectly in here, so I had to seal it down around the edges, kind of edit it a little bit. But this transfer is supposed to be really good to be a repeating pattern, okay? So we're gonna try that tonight. We're gonna test it out and see how well it actually repeats. And here we go. All right. All right. Y'all, I am so excited about moving home. I just wish that we could just jump to that already. Just being there. I'm not looking forward to the drive. It's a long drive. And I'll have Dozer in the car with me, which is fine. He has his little seat in the back. And I'll put his bed and everything in there. And he'll be strapped in and all that stuff. But, I mean, he's used to being in the car now because I take him to on showings. Every time that we have a showing, I take him with me. But it's just a pain to have him in the car for a long time. Okay, so there's that. And then I do want to clean this transfer before I try again because I don't want to have a problem. So let me see if I can pull this over here. Try and clean it. So this is my little dish mat that I use to clean my transfers out here. Just going to spray it with water really well. And of course I don't have a single baby wipe out here, so if I make a mess, I'm going to have a problem because, yeah, this is Sage, sorry. I may not have said that, but yeah, it's Sage paste. These transfers, the new ones really clean up well. They're easy to clean. So I can easily clean one out here with really no major concern without running water. As long as I have a spray bottle with some water in it, that usually is good enough with the board eraser. And I mean, this is clean pretty easily, so that's good. And that was kind of a lot of paste that I used. so I think I'm good. I just want to make sure that I got all of the paste out of the silk screen, which I think I did. And then I'm going to just take my fuzzing cloth and I'm going to dry it. So I'm using the microfiber side to dry it. Now this is not the sticky side, okay, but you can use a microfiber side to clean the sticky side, and it will not pick up lint from that microfiber, and you will get your stick back right away. Now, sometimes with these new ones, they don't feel sticky. Yes, they're so easy to clean. They're so thin and so like slick feeling that they just clean up really great. But sometimes whenever these are wet, they don't feel like they're very sticky. Now this one is extremely sticky now that I just cleaned it. But if you get afraid whenever you're cleaning it that your stick might be gone, just go ahead and let it dry, and then you'll be surprised that the stick is all the way back and you didn't ruin it, okay? It takes a lot more than that to ruin one. Yeah, so absolutely, you're totally right, Joanne. I am overthinking, definitely, 100%, and just dreading it. You know, I don't like driving a lot of hours in a row. My mom's going to be with me, though. That's part of the reason that she's coming up, just to ride back with me, because I think I can drive the whole way myself. But to have company in the car would be nice. So she's flying up. All right, now I'm just going to take this, and yeah, it does repeat really easy. So this is cool. Now I'm just going to set it back down, and I'm going to line it right back up with this line right here. And that literally repeats perfectly. This is great. Absolute perfection here. I really like that because some of the patterns you can't line them back up, the old ones. So that's nice that they thought about that, especially because these are smaller. They're like, what, 9 by 9 or 8 by 8 maybe. And so that way you make sure that you can use it multiple times for a larger design, or you can do a smaller design too, but they're small enough to do a small design and not be such a headache as a huge transfer is. Whenever you try to use a big one, the D size are really hard to keep from sticking them to themselves. They're very scary. They're intimidating to use. Now, I don't find a problem with them, but I do see how they can be intimidating. So these are nice, and being able to line them up that easily is great. All right, so I'm trying to work kind of quickly so my paste doesn't dry, but also neatly so that I don't make a big mess. Along the edges, especially where it's folded up, I don't want it to get on the inside edge of this frame. But I want it to be all the way up against the edge at the same time, so it's like a double-edged sword, you know? All right, I think I'm good here. Now, just putting my, I have like a pile of discard stuff that I need to wash over there because I forgot to bring my cup out here. Dozer was distracting me. He wanted to go outside as I was coming out here, and so I took him out, and I forgot my cup. All right. Yes. So, yeah. So all you got to do, if you get it stuck to itself, look how great that looks. If you get it stuck to itself, just put it in water. Okay. I'm telling you right now, super, super easy. Yeah. I listen to audiobooks pretty obsessively, so we'll listen to a book. But if you get it stuck to itself, just put it in water, either run it under the sink or spray it with a water bottle, okay? And I promise you that will lubricate it and it will unstick from itself, okay? Please don't pull it apart. Thank you, Lori. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, and you can't even tell where I finished it, actually. That's kind of weird. You can't see the line where it repeats. Okay. And I think I probably could have used a little bit more wax on here. I was afraid to go too heavy with it. But I have a little bit of that leaking, whatever it is, seeping. But not that bad. Not noticeable really at all. So I should try sanding it. Maybe sanding it and a little bit of wax would work good. Okay. And also, Kathy, speaking of using big transfers, if you use your fuzzing cloth and just stick half of that D size to one side and half of it to the other, that will save you from sticking it to itself too. And then that way you don't have to worry. You can really fling it around and all that kind of stuff. And you don't have to be concerned that you're going to stick it together. Now, I'm going to try and set this all together first, so that I know my placement. Now, this is not meant to go on this surface, so I'm going to have to kind of squeeze some of it together, but that's okay. So, like the welcome part is going to be squeezed in, but that's all right. It's going to look great. I did already test my placement earlier. Oh. There we go. All right. This is going to be really cute. All right. Now, I definitely want to put down my little limb first, and then the welcome's gonna have to sit. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is so adorable. So you can comment the word shop to get all the stuff to make this. Okay, now I'm gonna just deconstruct it. I'm gonna leave my little bird right where it's at so that I know where my limb needs to glue in, and I'm just using a little bit, of hot glue, and I'm gonna scoot that right up underneath the bird, and then I can put my bird together. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Isn't it super cute, Kathy? I think so too. I saw this little bird and I just knew that I have to do this. My parents have always loved birds, watching birds. My grandparents used to have some little finches, and we had doves whenever I was growing up. And so, we've always been a bird family. Hi, Gwen. How are you? All right. All right, here we go. Well, I think I went a little bit too low with my limb here, but that's okay. I have a solution for that. So all of these pieces are scored so that you know where everything sits on them, which is super handy. Whenever you're trying to put it all together, it helps a ton so that you know exactly how it goes together. So let's do... those first. I love birds too. We never had like any inside pet birds, but we did have the doves. Pretty much my whole childhood, we had doves in cages, and they used to have eggs. It was so cool as a kid having that. All right. We also had like horses. My dad's always had a cow farm. It's always been some kind of animals all the time. Okay, now this is all gonna glue in right there. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue right like that and slide it right in there. And then press down. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is adorable. Okay, now I want to figure out, I think like down the center of this will be fine. I'm not going to put glue on all of the whole letters because it's not going to sit. It's not going to be touching on the whole letters. Now you could also take like another little piece of wood and add it here so that you have kind of a spacer if you wanted to for it to sit on. But that's why I put it on the limb. Oh, I have a little bit of glue, but that's okay. All right, there we go. Now, this little guy is so stinking cute, y'all. You can comment the word shop to get all the stuff to make this. Now, it comes with that D-size transfer and this surface that is double-sided, and you can also make a reusable, interchangeable section for it. So if you wanted to, you could do this design on a rectangular simple shape and make it removable. That's a great idea. And just use some like little Velcro dots to put it in, and then you can take it out. But I want to be able to switch this around. This side is interchangeable, and this side I think is not just for spring, but all the time, I think. Oh man. Oh my gosh, Diane. I can't believe y'all are having snow still right now. Anyway, so comment the word shop. Isn't this so cute? If you love this idea, to get this for yourself, and I will see you guys on Monday night. I hope you have a great night and a wonderful Sunday tomorrow. I love all of you so, so much. And we'll talk soon, okay? See ya.